这是我们在启示录的第21章。
And it is chapter 21 and verses 1 through 8.
我们今天是看在启示录的21章第1到第8节，这是今天我们要查的经文。
Verses 1 and 2. And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth passed away, and there is no longer any sea. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God, made ready as a bride adorned for her husband.
在21章的1到2节，我又看见一个新天新地，因为先前的天地已经过去了，海也不再有了。我又看见新圣城新耶路撒冷由神那里从天而降，预备好了，就如新妇装饰整齐，等候丈夫。
You see, the heavens and the earth, as we know it, are gone.
在我们看来，就是现在的天和地，在那个时候已经过去了。
He says there's a new earth and a new heaven, for the first heaven and the first earth have passed away, and there's no longer any sea.
因为第1节说，我看见一个新天新地，因为先前的天地已经过去了，连海也不再有了。
Now John does not see a vision of it passing away.
这个老约翰没有看见他整个过去的时候，整个消失的过程是怎样，他没有看见。
But we know from 2 Peter 3:7 and 10 how it happens.
但是我们如果要知道详情，我们知道从彼得后书的第3章就可以看见详细的末世整个消亡的整个天地废去的状况。
See, verse 7 says, "But the present heavens and earth by His word are being preserved for fire, kept for the day of judgment and destruction of ungodly men."
在彼得前书的第3章的第7节说，但现在的天地还是凭着那命存留，直留到那不敬虔之人受审判、遭沉沦的日子，用火焚烧。
But then verse 10 says, "But the day of the Lord will come like a thief, in which the heavens will pass away with a roar, and the elements will be destroyed with intense heat, and the earth and its works will be burned up."
在第10节说，在彼得后书3章10节说，但主的日子要像贼来到一样，那日天必有大响声废去，有形质的都要被烈火消化，地和其上的物都要烧尽。
See, when the final judgment is consummated, death, hell, Satan, his demons, and all people whose names were not in the book of life are they're cast into the lake of fire. All of those have been cast into the lake of fire.
我们看见在第20章启示录20章的时候已经讲到过，当白色大宝座审判的时候，包括天使，包括这个假先知，包括那个兽敌基，所有这一切，包括呢死亡和阴间，还有没有得救的人，在生命册上没有记在人名没有记在生命册上的所有人都被扔到火湖里面去了。
See, then after that, the existing universe is destroyed.
这个整个扔到火湖里面去以后，现在所存留的天地都要被废去。
So where our chapter starts, you see now, God now creates something new.
那从21章开始，是神新造一个新的天地。
Now, John is not shown how this new heaven and earth is created.
这个老约翰也没有看见新天地神是怎么造的，
He just sees the completed product.
他只看见的时候新天地已经造好了，他只看到新天新地。
But even the completed product was hard for him to describe.
尽管这已经是造好了的现成的一个天地，但是呢，老约翰还是非常困难的把它描述。就是要描述这个新天地，对老约翰来讲不容易。
In the new creation, it mentions a new heaven and a new earth, and John sees the new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God.
这个老约翰不但说是新天新地，他说他还看见新城、新的圣城耶路撒冷从天而降。
Now, then we have notice here, a new heaven and a new earth. Is the structure the same as now we talk about heaven is up, the earth is down?
我们现在在讲的时候呢，是讲到天的时候是在上面，地是在下面。
And here it says the new Jerusalem coming down.
这个在第2节呢，21章这个2节呢说，新的耶路撒冷从天而降。
So there appears to be an above and a below, as it was before.
似乎在新天新地里面还是这样，天在上，地在下。
Now, whether the throne room of heaven was dissolved and removed, we don't know.
这个天国里面这个就是天堂的这个门和天堂里面的神的殿，是不是已经是不是还存在？这个我们就不知道。
I sort of feel probably not. Still, the throne of heaven stayed there, but the Bible doesn't talk about that clearly.
这个圣经没有详细的交代说天国的这个殿和宝座还在不在，处在什么样的一个位置上？这个圣经没有明确的交代。
But this is what's important. There is a joining up of things celestial and things called earthly.
但是有一件事情是非常的一个明确的，就是在那个时候，属天的和属地的都已经是浑然一体了，就成为一个世界。
See, not only the physical heaven and physical earth made new.
不但是这个物理的我们现在看得见的这个天和地被新造了。
But the relationship between the celestial and the earthly are also made new.
不但是那个，连属灵的天和属灵的这个属世的这个地，在那个时候也都是浑然在成为一体的，就完全的这个融合了。
Now, in verse 3 it says, And I heard a loud voice from heaven saying, from the throne saying, you see how it says there? It says a loud voice from the throne. It doesn't say God says it, but the voice came out of the throne. It doesn't tell us who spoke it.
在第3节我们看见说，他说我听见有大声音从宝座出来说，那这个声音是谁的声音？他没有交代，只是说是从宝座出来的。
But he says, Behold, the tabernacle of God is among men.
他说看哪，神的帐幕在人间。
And he shall dwell among them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be among them.
他要与人同住，他们做他的子民，神要亲自与他们同在。
Now you remember, Moses built a tabernacle in the desert, copying its counterpart, which was in heaven.
大家要牢记一件事情，摩西在旷野所建的会幕是什么呢？是照了天上的样式所仿造的。
Now in that tabernacle, there was the mercy seat where God met with his people.
在摩西旷野所建的会幕里面有施恩的宝座，是耶和华坐在上面的。
There was a curtain that divided the Holy of Holies